Hi guys, so I'm here again with Mr. Dan Leggett, and we're looking at something very, very special today. We're looking at the Friedman PT20.
Oh yeah.
And this is a very, very fine amp, and as you can tell, not that heavy.
And what does a PT stand for, Jake?
Now I have no idea, but we'll find out at some point over the course of this video.
We definitely will.
So for those people who haven't heard of Friedman amps, what's their main sort of vibe, especially with the PT20?
I think it would be no surprise looking at the amp itself to derive that it's maybe some kind of Marshall inspired circuit, and I think Friedman have made a name for themselves making sort of the best Marshall, a refined Marshall, if you will.
I think they became famous for making kind of hot rodded Marshall type things. Maybe I'd have to check this, but maybe it's like modifications to the original Marshalls, then going and making amps. Not all that familiar with the history of the company, but they're American-made boutique amps based on the sort of Brit style Marshall type thing. Why would anyone buy a Friedman if they're just doing the Marshall thing?
They've got more money.
I don't know, some of those old plexis go for a lot.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I just think, in my opinion, having played quite a few older Marshalls and some Friedmans, they just take away the uncertainty of Marshalls, as in they're old, the components drift in values and things like that. You could be searching for, you know, ages to find a really good example of, say, an 800 dial. I think Friedman just have the sort of greatest hits of Marshall.
Yes,
if you like.
That's a really good way of putting it. So something like the PT20, of course that's 20 watts, which is plenty loud, but is it giggable or is it sort of really designed for something else?
My experience of 20 watt amps is that they vary wildly from brand to brand and what kind of power section they're running. It also very dependent on how loud your band is, how efficient your speaker cab is. It's not an answerable question. In my mind, this is absolutely loud enough for, you know, club gigs, if you like, pub gigs.
With a reasonable drummer.
Flexibility wise,
yeah, that's the other thing, isn't it? Because it's just a single channel with 3 settings. Yeah. So you're kind of you're going to be sticking basically to one amp sound that you're going to have to drive with pedals. But I don't know if it's necessarily the amp to get if you're going to have a pedal platform. No. It sounds amazing with pedals in front of it, but it's perhaps something that you're going to be playing a rock gig or a sort of blues gig where you want that tone all the time, and it's kind of on the edge of breakup, maybe. Or even maybe a little hotter that you control with your volume knob.
Matrix. It's punchy, man.
It can go all the way from the punchy plexi sound to something really quite monstrous. So yeah, let's have a look at some controls. The bass, the middle, the trebles. Typically I have these like kind of 12'd and then dial those. The master volume and then the gain, as you know.
The most important control.
This is really heavy. And then this is where it really comes into its own. It's got a 3-way toggle switch, where at the top of the toggle switch is the plexi sound, or something there about. They don't say plexi, but it's something like that.
Lower gain.
Yeah, lower gain Marshall. In the middle, it's a slightly higher gain Marshall. They say what?
JCM inspired.
JCM-ish.
Ambiguous, I think.
Yeah, and then at the very bottom, man, that's where you get that's where you get into the really, really heavy duty kind of brown eye sound. I don't know what that means either. But that's like the kind of classic hot rodded Marshall.
That's the Friedman signature.
Really Friedman-ish.
Quick look at the back.
Oh yes, turn it around. All right, so we've got 3 different outputs of the cabinets and a center return, but it's all very clean back here.
Power.
Oh yeah. Barcode. These are all things you need to have on it for it to be a legal product. Don't put it in the bin.
Or the
Yeah, this is where the fuse is. Yeah, okay, that's getting heavy now. God.
Time for tones.
Okay, so we're just going to look at some of the different settings on the Friedman now. Starting in the middle, which I believe, contrary to what we said earlier on, is the kind of low gain setting, and it's a kind of plexi type sound. Let's just dime everything apart from the master, which we have set for the output of the Torpedo captor. So Dan, if you want to do a bit of playing for us. Let's go down to the JCM setting. Try that. So already it sounds a little bit more spongy than the plexi. Yeah. Yeah. Try. Let's go to the high gain one.
Yeah!
And for the final mystery, what does PT20 stand for?
I believe it's pink taco.
And what does that mean?
Do I have to answer?
Well, I know that for a fact that it actually means in Mexico they grow all kinds of different coloured corn, and you can actually get pink corn, and it's named after Dave Friedman's very favourite taco, which is actually made out of pink corn.
It's my favourite taco.
Yeah,
well.
I read that on the internet. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe the page, or go to Dan's page and check him out. Hopefully we'll do some more of these soon, and if you like it, let us know.
Make sure you Google pink taco.
Cheers.